Hey, this is Jay, and welcome to the Sakred Gaming Podcast, episode 19, one away from episode 20. We got to do something special for that episode 20, but I am joined by my good friends Taboo, Lexicon, Ocho, and Collapse. How the heck are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Well,
Pretty good.
All right, all right. Today we're going to be talking about MLG Orlando, Destiny's Rise of Iron. I got an Xbox One and I'm going to be showing and talking about. And we're also going to be delving into some scripture and talking about some verses that might be impacting us or challenging us right now. But just wanted to say a special shout out. Thank you for everybody that stopped out in the chat. Make sure if you're watching this later, you make this video as wide as you can so you can see all the interactions there. And please keep those interactions PG friendly. All right, we've got some young kids that watch the show and are here, so I would just really appreciate that. But today, let's do some introductions. Taboo, you want to start us off? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
Also, what do you think about the Olympics? Tell us your favorite Olympic event or maybe favorite Olympic moment, something like that, since it's Olympics times right now.
Yeah, Taboo Lexicon. You can find me twitter.com/Taboo Lexicon, also youtube.com/Taboo Lexicon. I've actually posted a video in the last week. It's
I saw that.
nothing special. It's like 4 seconds long, but it counts because it hit the
Heck
sub
yeah.
boxes, so it counts.
There you go.
But yeah, other than a dusty YouTube channel, I guess on the Olympics, I think my favorite Olympics moment was I think her name was Carrie Strug from maybe 12 or 16 years ago, Summer Olympics. She, what's the event called? I think it's the women's vault or something like that.
Yeah.
And she made her first pass, and when she landed, like she almost stuck the landing, but she injured her ankle and came up like hopping,
Yeah.
So she went for her second pass with this like hurt ankle, and she takes off running, and she hits the vault, and she like sticks the landing on that hurt ankle, and she's just like standing there on one foot, like hopping, and it's just
Yeah.
like such a proud to be an American moment.
Heck yeah. I think your coach ends up carrying her out of there,
Yeah.
like, or something like that. Oh, yeah. Remember that. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
Yeah, and
Cool.
for this these Olympics this time around, I haven't been watching, but I have been watching all of the the drama surrounding like the facilities and like the waste
Ooh.
management and all the weird stuff going on in Brazil.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Waste
like
management?
yeah, like they apparently they dump a lot of their raw sewage directly into the ocean
Uh-huh.
around Rio. So they were saying that people participating in water sports that were out in the salt water, that they make sure to keep their mouth closed and don't swallow any water. And it sounded real
Oh, no.
sketchy. So that's
Oh,
been kind of fun
man.
to watch.
Yeah. Was this a year? It could have been in Chicago. I think Chicago was vying for it. Maybe that's something else. I could be wrong.
Rio's safer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother topic. All right. Ocho, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so Ocho, I haven't done anything on YouTube lately. I've been watching Klee a little bit on Twitch and watching some other Twitch channels and stuff, but nothing that I don't think I've streamed lately either. But yeah, let's see. Favorite Olympics events? I think there's a lot of stories behind the gymnasts, because it seems like they like work hard from like a really young age, and sometimes they go off to these camps and they're away from their family, and it's like this struggle to get to where they're able to compete. And one of the things we were watching yesterday, since I think this will be the first Olympics I've watched with my wife, so it's kind of interesting, like seeing because she grew up in Tanzania but was born in Ghana, so. We're watching all the different countries come in. So it's like you can relate to all these different countries and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
a little different perspective there. Even seeing like the country, like the population of some of the countries would be like in the millions, but then they'll have 4 athletes there.
Yeah.
And then you see like Brazil has like 400. Like it's easier if you're hosting the country to have people there. So I think that's one thing. And then they actually had a refugee team.
No
So
way.
it was a team of people from I think like Sudan and like Syria had some participants, and I think Ethiopia. So there's a lot of countries that had like internal turmoil where they weren't able to compete with their country, even though I think some of the countries are actually in the Olympics, but I guess they were exiled or refugees.
Yeah.
In other countries, they're able to compete on this team that's strictly refugees. So.
What was it, swimming?
Well, I think it's different.
Oh, jeez. That is how he got his name Taboo. Jeez. Holy smoke.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Man.
They just have a story of like this one lady from, I
Well.
think, was it Syria, or like she was swimming and then their boat, oh, no, they were in a boat and then the boat broke up, and like she carried her
Oh,
with her
yeah.
sister,
Yeah.
like 17 people with 3 hour swim to shore. So, and she's competing in the Olympics now.
Wow. That, yeah,
That's cool.
I caught a glimpse of that story and I wanted to see more of it and hear more about it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Claps.
Oh, what's going on? I'm collapsed. No YouTube channel anymore, so just Twitter and just trying to play games for the enjoyment of it now. Other than that, favorite Olympic sport is Winter Olympics, and I love speed skating.
Speed skating.
Love speed skating. My mom competed in it when she was younger, right before I left, before I joined the military in college.
Oh.
I was actually competing in the roller skate version of speed skate.
No way.
So I enjoy doing that, and I can see like sort of how Ocho was saying with gymnastics is the same way, because there's only one guy that I know of, and he wasn't even local. He would just teach courses or classes in it. And it was Joey Mantilla, and it's even been difficult for him to be able to compete in those things as well
Wow.
at that high up level.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, not for me, but I could see for like normal people and everything.
It was rough. You crash once and you don't feel like getting back out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, some of those crashes that's what I hate. When I'm watching that speed skating, they're like, 2 inches apart. They're flying around there. I'm like, how in the world do you pass anybody on that thing?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, crazy. I guess there's different types of speed skating. I guess some have lanes and some have where they're just going around this little circle thing, like.
Well, it'll be
That's-
distance based on your distance. Then they'll have to switch in and out from outer lanes to inner lanes at a certain point. So
Okay. Yeah, that's the one with the lanes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like
cool.
all the Olympics would be a little more interesting if there was like an element of danger in them. It's like the speed skaters. It's like legal to like elbow each other and stuff. I think
Oh.
that'd be a lot more fun.
Could
to
you
watch.
imagine ratings?
Yeah.
Oh, I would watch that.
Oh, heck
Well, I think it depends
That
on
would
what
be
country you're
awesome.
from too, because like countries take the games more seriously than others.
Yeah.
Was it Italy with soccer and
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
an
don't
issue
talk
there.
about soccer. We don't want to get on that subject. All right.
What about you, JA?
All right. Well, hey, I'm Jay. Obviously, you guys know where my channel is and everything like that. And I tell you what, man, we need to get some of you guys streaming. We need to get a Twitch channel going and get you some of you guys streaming, because I know you guys are awesome and everything like that. Would you guys be interested in that?
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be
it's
fun.
true.
Man, let's do that. Let's try and get that happening. Let us know in the chats if you'd like to see that or anything like that, because I think that would be really cool. All right, but hey, favorite Olympic. I'm gonna say my favorite Olympic event would have to be the decathlon. I love when you have to do like all those different events and try to put the best of the best in there. On every different event, you have to be skilled at all those different things, because each one of those things is something that you could focus probably a long time on, and having to do all of them, that's just pretty cool. And plus I was like really good at it in Connect Sports, like doing those things. I'm like, I can throw that javelin, man, like nobody's business. But you ever played Connect Sports? Any of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
like
fun.
I like the boxing one where you get
Oh,
in
yeah.
and you just like box until the time ran out or whatever.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I honestly had a hard time beating Ethan in that Big E and that. I don't know why. I don't know if his level was just growing high, or something like that. And he was just, it was funny. He'd always whip my butt in that. But all right. Well, hey, do you guys think esports should ever be in the Olympics? Because we're starting to hear, we're starting to see it with the X Games, esports be put in that, and there's this whole controversy about, is esports actually like a sporting type thing or not? Do you guys think it should ever be in the Olympics, or would you watch it in the Olympics? I mean, obviously, I'd probably watch it, but could you ever imagine it there?
I don't think it's an Olympic sport. I think it's probably is there Olympic chess or anything like that?
I don't think so. Is there Olympic
I
chess?
don't think so.
Yeah.
'Cause I think I'd put it in the same category as that. It's like I mean, there's a physical element to it, but there's a
Mhm.
lot of it that's not as like the same category as like a regular physical sport.
Yeah, yeah. They should have like brain Olympics where they put chess in there and checkers and I don't
Poker.
know.
In case you're having
Yeah.
trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Like when you asked about gaming, I was like,
Mhm.
what about curling? Like curling is an Olympic sport,
That's true.
and it's
That's
awful.
true.
It's
Dude, that's awesome. That's like the one Olympic event I could get into still. It's like my last hope.
well, it's like half of the competitors are like fatter than I am. So it's like, I don't
I remember
know.
there was like a talk show host that was here, and they were thinking like, okay, if we're gonna try out for an Olympic event, we're gonna try out as curlers. And so they
Yeah.
actually started this curling team. Like they're probably like in their 50s or something.
Uh-huh.
They just like went out to like started practicing and were able to try out for the team, but they didn't.
We should do it. Let's come on, all us four. How many are on the team?
Oh, yeah.
We could do it.
I don't know.
Get the little scrub thing down.
I'm down.
Yeah. We'll just go to Dollar General and get those mops that they have, just
The brushes.
go in there with those.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Go find some rock and just put
Oh,
some
man.
wire around it for our handle. There you go.
Like Jerry Seinfeld makes a joke about being on the bobsled team. It's like you just kidnap anybody and stick them in the sled, and it's like that's all you do. It's like you just roll down the track or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're talking about MLG. Ocho, you want to tell us what just happened here? Lead us into that.
Well, let's see. I'm looking at the. Let's see. So there's the bracket of the competition. So Optic won. So that's probably the short story.
Yeah.
But last tournament on a LAN event, they got 7th place. So that's it was a kind of a different tournament. It was like a one like single elimination. So if you lost, you're automatically out.
Oh, wow.
And so it was best of 7 in that one. I think it was MLG Anaheim. But this is MLG Orlando, so they went back to the kind of double elimination, winners bracket, losers bracket, best of 5 series. So I think Optic won like all their matches in the up to the finals, and then I guess some of the interesting things were a player named Parasite had he posted on Twitter that he was retiring, but then he came back and played with this team and.
Oh.
I think it was Kingsman. I think what's the team?
Oh, he played?
Yeah, he actually played.
I did not know that. No.
And then Aches that was on 100 Thieves, which was Nate Shot's team. Like he started this new team, or not a new team, but he came back with Complexity, which is the team he competed with under, or in I think Black Ops 2, Ghost, and then I think part of Advanced Warfare. So he came back to the Complexity with I think Ricky and some other guys, and they actually finished top 8.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool because like they did, in the COD World League, they didn't win any games like at all.
Ace is a lot better from what people give him credit.
Yeah, like he was the most winningest player until Crimsix moved to Optic.
Yeah.
And so I think he had teamed with Crimsix and Karma. So with Crimsix winning more on Optic and Ake's not winning at all with these other teams, then I think Crimsix is now the most winningest COD player. I guess Scump's got to be up there too now. And Karma's actually won 2 world championships. So that's back to Optic. But there's a team called Echo Fox, which is actually owned by Rick Fox, that was played for the Lakers. So he actually owns a team called
What?
Echo Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they have a COD team. They didn't do very well.
No.
But he has a COD team. I think there's some League of Legends, some other teams in the organization as well. But yeah, it's owned by Rick Fox. So
How much money do we have to raise to get a team out there, guys?
I was kind of wondering about that. Like, if there's ever a question answer that I don't know if Hex does or
Yeah.
someone does streaming, like I might actually ask that. 'Cause that
We-
seems like an interesting.
Heck yeah, we got to get
Thank you.
Kingdom on this and find out, man. If it's like $100, we're in.
$100. That's not
You
even
just have
going to
to-
pay one person's plane
So-
ticket to an event.
How did Need's team do? And what's it called again?
His
Thieves?
team was called 100 Thieves. So
100
in the
Thieves.
COD World League, they finished. I think it was dead last. I think they
Oh.
might have won like 2 maps, but I don't think they won very many I think it was maybe 2. Well, I think it was 2 matches.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they won a lot of maps, but not a lot of matches. So it was like a best of 5 series, and then they'd win like maybe 1 or 2 of the series, but then they'd lose 3, so they'd lose the the game. But they didn't compete at MLG Orlando because they kind of broke up after the COD World League ended.
Oh.
So that's when Aches went to Complexity, and so I guess not sure what's going to go on with 100 Things to the organization, but I saw Nate posting today about that he didn't even like streaming anymore because people always ask him about make fun because they start calling him 100 L's.
Oh no, 100
They just kept
losses.
losing.
Oh man,
Nice.
dang, it must be rough for him, poor guy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You go from like the top at Optic, and then like you're at the bottom with
Yeah.
It's a new organization, and so like he got some pretty good players, but it's like the players that were on that team, most of it come from when they had the challenge division, and they made it into the league by beating TK, which like there was
Okay.
like they were missing a player, so they had to substitute a player in, and so they lost their position in the World League, and then so it kind of shows you like the difference between like if we were the other team, like you kind of feel like it's not that much difference, but like you see all these amateur teams that get just totally blown out by these pro teams, and it's like you just see the disparity there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like Optic won, Phase. Let's see, where's the
While you're looking at that, man, Douglas, man, in the chat going in, said we were being too nice. That's why I had to tell him to shut up. All right, what about Phase?
yeah, so Phase. I think they finished top 4. Was it?
Ooh.
Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, like Indy came in second, so that was kind of a big thing as well. It's like they won the last event. So they came in second. Elevate came in third. Phase came in fourth. Luminosity, which is the team that beat Optic and knocked them out of the tournament last time, came in fifth. And so that was one of the interesting things. Is like in their first round, they played Optic, so it's kind of like a rematch of the last tournament. So everybody was kind of like hyping that up, and like Optic beat them there.
Yeah. Any good controversy or anything in this one?
I think it was pretty straightforward in this one. They didn't have like the I guess the controller Bluetooth thing had been an issue, but I think they found a way around that. Yeah, so I think from all accounts, it seems like it was a pretty well run tournament.
Yeah. Players were happy about the event. It seemed better supported and better planned out than previous ones this year.
That's good.
That is good.
Cool.
And so top prize was $40,000. So they split that 4 ways, I guess. And I think it also has implications of making it to like you're placing in competing at COD Champ. So I think that was like a big part of it.
Okay.
So winning or placing high in that like puts you in a better position to compete there.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what I guess the controversy was that Crim6 was doing an interview after I think they made it to the championship round. So like basically like if you win all the games win all the games on Friday and Saturday, then you're kind of sitting a guaranteed top 2, and then you wait for everybody else to go through the losers bracket, and then whoever makes it to the losers bracket is who you play. And so he's like, as they won in that first bracket, they were asking him like how he felt, and he was like, "It's like practice." And so you could hear the crowd go, "Ooh!" And he's like, "I'm not roasting you, but I'm just saying that that it was like practice because like this tournament's like it's $100,000 overall, but the people that win that get like, the team gets 40,000 of that. Actually, even placing up to 8th place, you get like $2,000 for 8th place. Split that 4 ways, and
yeah, $500 plus my plus our like 10% commission. We take that off the top, right? 15%, maybe 20%.
And we create a multi-channel network that they'd be forced to be partnered with, and so it's like 30% of their ad revenue.
There we go.
Nice. Like drink a G Fuel or Monster.
Yeah. I got a partnership offer for my channel. It's like a candy of the month box thing. I was like, what? Oh. Something like Yum or something like that. We should do it, man. Probably some big money in that.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Claps, you watched it too?
I watched it a little bit, more or less. I was trying to keep up just on Twitter. I had my in-laws in this weekend, so.
In-laws.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share about your in-laws?
No. Yeah, on the record.
My in-laws.
Yeah.
No, I love my in-laws.
All right.
Yeah, I'll spend time with them.
Yeah, they bought you a shotgun, man. You got to let them. A Benelli, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
well,
jerk.
yeah, take me out
You
hunting.
suck, Claps.
Yeah. Right.
Actually, my in-laws bought me
Very
ammo, so I'm
blessed.
good.
I need ammo
Yeah. Yeah,
bad
you
after
were burning
yesterday.
through it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe,
Nice.
the more you show off that hat, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody in the chat know what BCM stands for? Let us know that.
I bet Pat's fan would if he's here.
Oh yeah. Yep. Hey, awesome guy. How you doing, man? Hey, thanks for the chat. I know we're goofing around in the chat and everything like that. That's awesome. Keep it going. And please just keep it respectful, though. I don't think we're having any problems or anything like
Lively.
that. Yeah, this is. Oh, Douglas got a Benelli. Picks her.
Nice.
I don't believe you, Douglas. Put it up on Twitter or something. All right. Well, let's talk about Destiny Rise of Iron because Douglas is bad mouthing it.
Okay,
He says
here
it's
we
going to be
go.
like the worst one out there. I honestly think Rise of Iron is going to be the best expansion that we've had, just for the simple reason we've got everything in place, a pretty darn good system. When the last one came out, they had to fix the system. They were working on that. This one, I think the system is pretty darn good. So they can actually just concentrate on the story and stuff like that. And to me, the story sounds pretty cool coming in Iron Lord. So I think it's going to be really good. Claps, though, you want to talk to us about what we can expect and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head just because their primary focus is content now. They've gotten past the whole idea that you were grinding missions for no reason, and then they went to the XP based leveling system. So now the highest XP level is still going to be 40, but then the light level still raises. So you still have, Y tabs. Get off point there. But you still have all these things in place in order to make the game good. So they can focus on their story. They can focus on the addition of weapons. They can focus on bringing the Gallahorn back, the Thorn back.
Oh,
You know,
Thorn. There's a
Oh,
controversial
wah,
topic right
wah.
there.
yeah, it's just, but, so people are worried about the Thorn. So artifacts have never been a thing that has actually done anything for your character. It has a stat roll on it that gives you intellect, discipline, or strength. And then from there, it just kind of sits there. You need a 335 one if you want to hit 335, but that's all you've got.
Yeah.
Now they're going to come with really interesting perk sets. So, like one of them, so talking about the Thorn does damage over time, right? So there's a specific artifact that reduces the amount of damage over time you can
Ooh.
receive.
Ooh. Yeah, because I'm sick of dying by those stupid
Yeah.
grenades that light you on fire and stuff, and you get out of the way and it's like tick,
Viking Funeral.
tick, dead.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, I'm wearing that one.
No,
What are some of the other ones, Claps?
let's see. I'm good at pulling.
I know I heard that there was one that gives you 2 grenades and 2 melees, but it takes away your super.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel like that, because you can get, from an exotic, you can get a piece of armor that gives you 2 grenades. So I'd probably use that over that artifact. But I think I saw another one that takes away your sprint cooldown. I was like, that sounds good. I hate that dang thing.
The
I
2
don't know.
grenades to
Trying to-
melee charges would be like overpowered big time on the Stormcaller Warlock, because it's got a perk where every melee kill recharges your grenade ability, and every grenade kill recharges your melee ability.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I wish I was more versed in these things to think of those things, man. So how fast until everything's nerfed that comes out with these artifacts?
Probably like
and
6
I
months,
mentioned
really.
it to somebody that they were saying, hey, the Thorn didn't have any damage of time left over once they nerfed it all. Well, to me, that just says it's coming back with a Fury. So you better be ready to wear something like that in Crucible.
Dang. Thorn is, I get mad. I was just playing PvP the other day and somebody was using a Thorn and I was about ready to send them a message.
I like the Thorn because I was accurate with it.
Yeah.
I was able to be more accurate with the Thorn than I was with a lot of hand cannons. So,
Yeah.
and it's one of those that's just kind of missing from people's. They brought back a lot of things. The last word is back to where it used to be almost.
Almost.
Minus
It's
like
good.
a little bit of range,
What's the chat thing? The chat think about the Thorn? I know you guys are probably about like 30 seconds behind, but let us know in the chat if you think it's cheap, if you're looking forward to it coming back. Let us know that. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to coming back. You already mentioned is the G-Horn.
Oh,
Please bring that back.
I'm excited for the Galler Ring or whatever it's called. The
Yeah.
Sparrow,
That looks pretty sick.
because honestly, I really don't think it was in their concept to ever build one until
Mhm.
the community started to sort of mention, like, hey, this will be cool, or, this is something they found or maybe possible. Then when they start developing it, then it's something that almost feels like the community has developed for the game. Like they're listening.
Oh,
So that feels nice.
I feel like we're gonna see. You know how Thunder has made those Call of Duty videos where like they're almost like default perks where like you have to have awareness and what dead
Mhm.
silence and stuff on Call of Duty, but it's like we're gonna have the same thing on Destiny. He's gonna be talking about those damage over time perks. Like you're gonna have to run that thing if the Thorn
yeah.
is what it used to be,
Heck yeah.
and brought forward. You're gonna just have to wear that.
So
Well,
I
also,
guess.
I guess it depends, though, because it's like, well, I don't know, maybe for, I guess if you got the lower ends level of players, be required. But then if we're good enough to kind of get away from it,
I'm
or
going to tell you how good the
I
Thorn
don't know.
is. All right. I went flawless with the Thorn. All right.
Okay.
That's how good it is, right there.
In
Enough
trials
said.
or what?
It
Or
used to
tries. Yeah, I made it to the lighthouse with the Thorn.
Dang, who were you playing with?
Creamy and what was the guy that streamed?
Zilla?
Yeah, Exhilarated. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. They may have carried me a little bit, but
They carried me to the lighthouse once.
did they?
Yeah.
Dagan carried me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to our man Dagan, who is blowing up with the YouTube scene and everything like that. We're trying to get him on the show, but he wants to do a face reveal, I think, on his own channel before he comes on here.
He's
But
got like 4 names right now.
oh yeah, it's Mighty, right?
Mighty. Yeah.
Yeah, Mighty.
It's
Do
Mighty,
you guys?
and it's like Ben Bendito, and it's something else.
Okay. Cool. So what about this axe, man? I'm kind of disappointed that you
It's
only
not a
get
weapon?
it. Yeah, like that. What was that Scorch Cannon thing? Looks
Yeah.
like the Scorch Cannon is coming back, but I'm kind of bummed because I thought if we're gonna have swords, why not have an axe?
Yeah.
Thing looked pretty
Mm.
sick.
Yeah. I don't find much use for my sword.
What? You know the raise lighter,
No.
dude? That thing's like beast mode.
Once I got it, it went into the vault. I just don't use it.
Oh,
I'd rather play a little bit and hang back a little bit.
oh yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of dumb. I die a lot. I run in, and
Mhm.
Taboo yells at me for running in, and like, "Geez, OPs, I gotta pick you up," doing all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
Creamy did second the fact that he carried you through the
Yep.
trials. So.
Oh, where is Creamy?
I'd like to point that
Yeah.
out.
Well, I have to admit, he did. Yep. Yeah, he did. Thank
So
you,
these-
Creamy. If you ever want to carry me again, let me know.
These artifacts are
Yeah.
cool.
some more
right?
artifacts.
They've got some weird perks. So the first one, right? The first one they mentioned, it's called the Memory of Radagast. So it adds a new ability for sword heavy weapons to collect energy-based projectiles, including everything from an ogre's blast to a crucible opponent's rocket.
What?
So you can hold your. So if you're wearing this artifact up, you can hold your sword up in that blocking,
Uh-huh.
and then stop a person's rocket from hitting you
Ooh.
in Crucible.
Nice.
You know how many
pain in the
people
butt.
that's going to frustrate?
Oh yeah. Heck
You're
yeah.
just like, oh, I got a free kill. No,
Yeah.
no.
Heck yeah. So if you're grabbing, oh man, yeah. Did you say it block a super or just you didn't say that?
No, it's an ogre's blast. So when you're playing
Okay.
PVE and then a rocket in PvP, there's just, I mean, they've showed us what
Oh,
8
Jesselman said can stop supers too.
supers too. Wow.
And if that's true, that would be
Pretty
oh, man. I'm gonna rage. I can see it already, man. I'm gonna be all right. I'm
There's
with
so
Douglas
many
now.
things,
This is gonna be the worst expansion ever.
But it allows them to kind of experiment with things like this because the game is already solidified
Uh-huh.
in the way that you're ranking up.
Yeah.
The big question is how in the world is Activision going to get $1 billion in 3 months out of Destiny starting in September?
Yeah. What can they sell?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? They're starting out to have, I forget what they called them. It was like a weapons camo.
Oh.
So exotic weapons can now change colors and things like that.
You
So
can
they
change
brought-
their geometry too, their shape, can't you? A little bit. I thought I read something about
I
that.
can't remember. I'd have to keep clicking through this, but I don't remember
Yeah.
what it was. But yeah, like they said that, they started out with chroma.
Uh-huh.
And chromas didn't really, it's there, but it doesn't really do much. It adds a thin line of color. Wherever now they're adding like actual kind of like overlays, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anything else with Rise of Iron?
I guess the only thing is game mode. There's a new game mode for PvP coming called
Oh, what is it?
Supremacy. It's like
Yeah.
kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed is what it looks like.
Get
Is
more
that what I
points.
saw in the video where they were dropping like red and blue things? Like
Yeah.
it looked like exotic engrams or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Cool. Cool. Are we going to talk about the exotic rifle that we are all?
Vostok.
That thing was.
Vostok. I mean, it can change. It can change from an auto rifle to a pulse rifle to a scout to a single shot rifle.
Shut up.
When you have it in auto rifle mode, you can change the fire rate. So
What?
if you want it faster, slower, it's really cool. It's cool looking, and it takes you back in order, to the beginning of the game. It's the first gun you ever picked up. Now it's exotic. It's gonna have like storyline, like the sleeper stimulant to go put it together and figure out.
I was wondering how they were going to make it exotic because even in the videos that they were showing, that thing bounces all over the place when you're shooting in the auto rifle mode. So I was like, what are they going to add to that thing to make it decent? But if you can change it to all those things, that'd be kind of cool. I'd work towards that.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think the pulse, honestly, it seems like the pulse would be the best kind of middle ground for that gun.
Mhm.
So all your pulses tend to have kind of like that quick jump up with the muzzle.
Yeah. Man. Well, cool. I'm excited.
Camelot, talking about the Kvostov exotic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to becoming an Iron Lord. I love the story potential in this. I think it makes sense. I think it's interesting. I think the chance to be a hero, obviously is in there. So I don't know. I just think it's gonna be good. I'm kind of glad. I kind of don't want to look anymore though about this and hear anymore. Like I'm purposely wasn't watching any of the videos that everybody was putting out about it because I kind of want to be surprised. So I think I'm done trying to figure out stuff. I just want to be surprised and enjoy the story and everything like that. So I hope they don't release anything more that kind of spoils it. I don't know. That's just me. All right.
Yeah, I can dig it.
All right, so guys, I went and got an Xbox One S. All right, that's the filler Xbox here. Check it out. See, it is a lot smaller. They said it's 40% smaller than the Xbox One. And I tell you what, the reason I got this was I had an Xbox One that had it was just a 500 gigabytes, and I was constantly having to delete games, and I couldn't fit everything on there, like because it would automatically download stuff, and I was constantly running out of space and everything like that. And so I was like, I need something bigger. So I was like, what the heck? Let me get the Xbox One S because it comes with one version comes with the 2 terabyte. So I got the 2 terabyte version. I figured that'd be plenty big. But the only other thing that I noticed about this thing, what are you guys laughing about? What is the chat?
Nothing.
You'll never need more than 2 terabytes.
Oh yeah. But I tell you what, would I recommend this? No, to people. I think if you've got a specific reason to get this, like needing more space and grabbing one of those versions, because you can get one for $299 for 500. So obviously, if you're thinking of between an Xbox One and One S, go the Xbox One S if that's your first one. But if you're thinking about upgrading from an Xbox One to an Xbox One S and you're going for 500 to 500, don't do it. Save your money. I didn't really notice any difference. You do move through the menus a little bit faster. It's smaller. I don't like it's white. But other than that, yeah, I don't know if there's anything really that would make you want to buy this thing. I mean, you don't get the power brick. That's nice. But I don't think you're going to notice a difference, especially with the Scorpio coming out next year. I don't know. But I guess it gets you more in line with the PS4 if you're concerned about that. Like I said, though, I played Black Ops 3, didn't really notice a difference. I don't know. I did want to show you one thing, though. All right, so this is the controller. Oh, the only nice thing about this thing, too, is this button right here. It's actually like a on and off button that you have to push in instead of just like touching it.
Yep.
Yeah, so is that worth it?
Tab's buying one now.
Yeah, Tabs is all in.
Man.
Yeah, remember to use
so
the code Sakred for 15% off. All right, so here's the here's the controller that comes with it, and I know you guys can't really tell this or looking at it, but it's all one. It's textured a little bit, like right here on the grips. But if you have this one, this white one, this one's better. This is the old one that just came out not too long ago, but it's actually got like a rubber grip, and everything just it feels pretty good. But this one feels cheaper. This new one that comes out with the Xbox One feels cheaper than this old one, and so I was kind of really surprised that they did that. So I'm kind of disappointed with the controller just because of that. It's kind of slippery. I mean, it's not slippery, but it's just not as good as this rubber textured one. And you'd think with this new one that they would have done something better on their controller than that. So
Especially with the Elite out.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they would have like at least borrowed some of the things from that.
heck
Make
yeah,
it feel like more sturdy.
Enough money.
yeah.
Charging
Why not?
it for
Why
it.
not put trigger stops or I don't know. Why not put the rubber grip on it? Jeez.
Yeah.
Of all the things not to put on there, it just feels cheap. So that's my review of the Xbox One S. Don't buy it. If you're just upgrading from the same to same, if you need more room, and you can get a good deal from GameStop, I think you can get $150 for most of the Xbox Ones towards it. So if you're upgrading, trying to get more space, yeah, it's probably a good thing. But if you don't need that, I'd hold off and just wait for the Scorpio to come out.
That's the other thing was like it's 4K, not games, but you can watch 4K. I don't know, is it YouTube or Netflix, stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, and it's supposed to be playing games in 1080p, where Xbox One couldn't do that. It wasn't reaching those benchmarks. But I tell you what, like I didn't notice any difference. I don't have good enough eyes. I guess I'm pretty old.
One thing I've been noticing on Black Ops 3, I'm not like I just have the original Xbox One, but I think it's been doing this like recently since one of the patches or something. But like the start of the game, the textures aren't loaded, so it looks kind of like CS:GO. So like all the like rocks are just kind of this smooth surface looking thing, and the gun doesn't have its camo on it, so it's just kind of this basic, like really low level graphics on it. Like sometimes it's up to a minute. Like it takes a while for it to kind of load up, but
Ends up looking like the 360 version of Black Ops 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's anything anybody else has been running into. That,
I've been noticing
And-
like my gun sometimes doesn't have a camo on it.
yeah.
I don't know. Some things aren't just loading or something. I don't know.
You probably need to buy more supply drops.
Yeah, you know it. And don't get me started on supply drops, right? Because I really want the Peacekeeper, and I'm really tempted to buy supply drops, but I'm not going to buy those stupid supply drops. But I blew a ton of crypto keys and didn't get it, so I was like bummed, disappointed. Activision, Treyarch, if anybody watches that from this, man, seriously, get rid of the dang get rid of the guns and supply drops. All right, it's just not fair.
Or at least have a challenge like that's outside of the supply drop.
Yeah,
Where you can get like 100 kills or whatever as a contract, and then you get the gun, or like
Absolutely.
some kind of skill based
Yeah.
supply drop.
I totally agree. Totally agree. But it's really making me mad that it's just all luck and people spending money, and I don't know. Pretty mad. Creamy said he almost did the same thing. I tell you what, the Peacekeeper. See, that's something too. The Peacekeeper is amazing in hardcore. Amazing weapon in hardcore. Core, not so much. But it makes things unbalanced. I don't know. It's a big temptation for me. Pray for me, guys, right now. Pray for me that I don't buy the supply. If there's like 50% off supply drops, I'm going to be like super tempted. You guys got to pray that weekend.
They should just like incentivize different activities that they want the players to do. Like if it's domination, they should do like capture 3 enemy zones in a game, and you get a supply drop or something like that. Like
Like a
they do it
guaranteed
with points
weapon.
already to like go towards your score streak, but
Yeah.
man, people are willing to spend $1 billion on these microtransactions. You think they'd go like lay on a B flag for 30 seconds?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would finally have some teammates that would grab the
Yeah.
B flag with you. I was raging last night. I couldn't get anybody to grab B with me. And I'm like, on the chat, I'm like, come on, guys, grab B. Just yelling at these guys.
Yeah.
And they weren't. Some guy was harding that map. Is it Rise? No, there's a map, one of the newer ones for Xbox. So I guess it's a little bit old. But I don't know how to describe it. It's got like a place in the water. Claps, you did a video on it that I commented on when the DLC first dropped. And you like the one side you go, it's got some like towers, like almost like silos on it, place where you can go in the water,
Oh yeah. It's got
whatever
a
that
big
one is.
open area in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody, B flag is in the middle, and there's windows from every side. And I tell you what, there was a guy back by the C flag or A flag who was hiding in a garbage can, shooting people. And I was so mad. Of course, I had to keep going back to kill him, but it was
How many deaths did you
That's
give up
rough.
yeah,
going back there to kill
yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
him?
Creamy, I don't play with you anymore when you're playing with somebody else. Yeah, just no. I didn't even see you on. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was on at a different time. But all right. We got anything else to talk about Xbox or gaming related? Anything you guys want to shout out or anything like that? Or we move
Pray for
on?
my internet.
What's that?
So pray for my internet. It gets better.
Yeah, no doubt. Kix, man, Polyside Kix is in here.
Hey,
How the heck are you doing, Kix? I know you went into the hospital for a while, and it's just good to see you back. So we're praying for you, and we got to get you on the stream or something like here one of these days. I don't know with your connection from Australia how well that would be, but that'd be cool to have you on a show.
Was that thumb transplant surgery?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She needed new thumbs.
For real.
I have a feeling Kix rages hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can see her dropping some cuss bombs, man. All right, let's move into our faith topics. If you got any questions that you'd like to ask us, feel free to in the chat. But guys, any kind of scripture that's just speaking to you, or what's God challenging you with this week? Are you reading anything that's been challenging? Let me know. Taboo, you want to start us out? You got anything?
Yeah, it's not so much as challenging, but something that I was thinking about. I had my wisdom teeth taken out a few years ago, and I remember being like semi-conscious. You know, I was like under some kind of anesthesia, but I was still somewhat conscious. And I just remember laying there, like it's really stressful when somebody's got like pliers, you know, grabbing a hold of your teeth, and then they're like wrenching forward and back on it, and as this is silly, but I remember Psalm 23. Just like and I was so out of it. I was trying to remember what Psalm 23 said, like so I could only get like the first 3 lines, and then I'd be like, "Crap, what's the rest of it?" So I just kept trying to like repeat it over and over in my head. I thought it was just really silly, but most of you guys have probably heard this before. It's the Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which is what I felt when I was having my wisdom teeth taken out. I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
Nice.
Pliers
Nice.
and screwdriver.
Yeah.
I tell you, when you hear that crunching too, when they break it up,
Mhm.
like, and then they're pulling on it, and you're like, oh man, what the heck is going on in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
man.
rough.
So, like, what's the difference between that, like a professional doing that, and like some guy trying to torture you doing it?
Yeah, really. And you're paying for it. That's the difference. You're paying one guy for it. Raptor Gaming was wanting some advice for high school. I tell you what, when I look back at high school,
Don't date.
man, I think you have to. For me, I wish I would have gotten past some of my shyness and everything like that, and would have just done some things that I didn't do. So I try to have no regrets, but I want to be careful saying that because that could get you in a lot of trouble. So I mean, don't do anything stupid or anything like that. But if you want to ask somebody out, ask them out, and if it's the right timing and everything like that, or I don't know, just have some fun. Be careful. Slamming a door. I accidentally slammed a door in somebody's face, and that kid like tormented me the rest of the year. It was crazy. So, you guys got any high school advice?
I'd say take the hardest classes that you can do well in, and like really focus on setting yourself up to have as many options as you can when you graduate from high school. Like even if you don't know what you want to do when you graduate, like maybe you don't even know if you want to go to college, it's really much better to graduate from high school and have the option to go to college or have the option to go to whatever college you want to go to, than it is to graduate and not have many options.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd say that's why I joked about don't date, because like you go through a bad breakup and lose a year. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
So like, I'm like, stay focused the best that you can.
Yeah. Set yourself up. I like that advice.
Yeah, and
You know.
don't fall into this like it's not cool to be smart kind of crap. Like I remember
Hmm.
in school there were some kids that were like, you know, too cool to like try. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And like they're probably not doing much with their lives right now. Maybe they are, but I doubt it. And like, you know, don't let that influence you into like being a bad student or not learning or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Deso Man said that his friend's dad passed away,
Mm.
and he wanted to know if it was okay to post a gun fee GoFundMe. I don't care if you post that in here, but yeah, we'll definitely pray for him. Deso Man, if you want to let us know what your friend's first name is, we can definitely do that and
Mm.
pass on our condolences. That's could imagine dealing with that as a kid,
Yeah.
dealing with your dad passing away.
Mhm.
Guys, man, can I share? There's a book called a boy named It or a boy called It. Have you heard that book? I started reading
Mm-mm.
like the third book. I just saw it laying at my church, and I picked it up and started reading it. And this kid, it's his life story, but man, he was like tortured by his mom, his real mom. She used to like keep him locked up in the basement in the garage, and like he'd have to go steal a little towel to keep warm, and she wouldn't feed him for like a week. She'd physically abuse him, like pour ammonia down his throat,
Mm.
and I mean, you can't imagine the crazy stuff that happened to this. And I just started reading the book, and it's like crazy. But there's kids out there that we don't even realize what they're going through,
Mm.
and there's kids at your schools, you guys, and everything like that, and we're so focused on making fun of kids. I want to encourage you, and just being mean to kids, I want to encourage you to look for those kids that seem a little off and a little weird, and reach out to them and be their friend and stick up for them, because you don't know what they're dealing with at home. There's so many broken families in our world today. um, it's just a shame, and just some crazy stuff that kids have to deal with. So, if you ever want to talk about anything that you guys are dealing with, we are all ears. I know some things you can't mention in this chat, but we'd love for you to reach out to us and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. Am I missing anything in the chat? I was up a little bit.
It seems like we're keeping up with it okay. It's moving pretty quick, but I don't think we've missed anything. If we did, just let us know. Repost it.
Yeah. Yep. I got scripture verse Galatians 6:7-10. Do not be deceived. That's sorry, I just lost it here. My thing just my
God is
just
not mocked.
Mike. What's that?
Like the
Oh, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That kind of spoke to me because that's one of the things, it starts off, do not be deceived. And it's like saying, don't kid yourself. God can't be mocked. What you reap, you are going to sow. And I don't know about you, but I'm like a rationalizer. And there are some times that I'm doing stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing, but I'm kind of like making excuses for it. And then when I reap the things from that, I'm kind of like, oh, why did that happen, to me and everything like that? Why am I trying to deceive myself? I just want to encourage you guys, whatever you sow, you're going to reap. I mean, I think every guy out there wants to have a good relationship with their wife or their girlfriend and everything like that. And yet we are lusting after women. We are looking at things that we shouldn't look at.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting frustrated by it and everything like that. And then we're wondering, why are we getting frustrated? Why is our relationship not the best and everything like that? Well, it's because we reap what we sow.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of spoke to me. Also spoke to me because it says, do not grow weary of doing good. Sometimes you're doing good and you see other people that aren't doing good and they seem to be rewarded for that. And it kind of like, what's going on? But eventually that person will reap what he's sowing, and eventually you will too. So don't grow weary of doing good. Just keep it up there, hang in there, and eventually you will reap what you sow if you don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of what was hitting me this week.
That's cool.
And one verse
Anybody?
that comes, let's say one verse that comes to mind when you see like people doing well that aren't necessarily living like let's say Christian ideals.
Mhm.
Let's see, I think it was Psalm 73. Says, "Surely God is good to Israel, to those who are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet had almost slipped, and I nearly lost my foothold. For I envied the arrogant when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. They have no struggles. Their bodies are healthy and strong.
Hmm.
They are free from common human burdens. They are not plagued by human ills. Therefore, pride is their necklace. They clothe themselves with violence. From their callous hearts comes iniquity. Their evil imaginations have no limit. They scoff and speak with malice. That with arrogance they threaten opposition. Their mouths lay claim to heaven, and their tongues take possession of the earth. Therefore, their people turn to them and drink of waters in abundance. They say, how would God know? Does the Most High know anything?
Hmm.
And it's like, sometimes you see like people that are at church and they're like sick and struggling. And I think one of the guys up there mentioned, was it his father that
Yeah.
died?
Friend's father passed.
Yeah. You see like people that are struggling and going through these troubles, and you see like other people that are like getting these promotions, and it's like, why am I like trying to remain pure, righteous, and I'm having all these struggles, but yet you see like these people that have, let's say, like super successful YouTube channels that
Uh-huh.
are doing all these crazy things, like pranking people and um, like even staging fights and like posting fights and stuff like that. And it's like, we're trying to do good things, and then all these other people that are trying to do things that are, let's say, borderline evil, if not completely evil, but they're succeeding and they're not having problems, and it's, I guess, like kind of frustrating sign. But then you keep your eyes on what's right and on Jesus, and it's not just for this life that we're living.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were describing the presidential candidates here for a while.
It could be. Oh yeah.
If you're surprised, we're talking about our faith, man. Our faith is at the core of who we are and what we do. And your lack of faith might be at your core and everything like that. And we respect that, and we love having you in here. So I hope you guys feel welcome with that. But we like talking about our faith. We like talking and telling people because God has totally changed us, who we are.
Yep.
And that's something that we can't hold back. It's like playing the most amazing video game ever. You are going to tell everybody else about it, and we've had that experience. Somebody said there's no proof for God. We have proof because He's changed us. I mean, I used to be the biggest jerk, selfish person in the world, and when God got a hold of me, He totally changed that. And maybe you're seeing a different type of YouTuber with us and YouTube and everything like that, and maybe it looks a little different. That's why God changed us, and we are who we are because of Christ, and we're going to share that. If it means losing subscribers and people backing out, that's just going to happen. But that's why we do it. We want to tell people about Christ, and if you take it, great. If you don't take it, we're just going to love you and respect your decision, because that's what God does. God respects those who accept Him and those who reject Him. He's going to let you make your decision. So,
That's good.
all right. Anything else?
Well, I don't know if anybody can hear me, if it's still cutting
Yeah,
out.
we can hear
Try
you.
and get through
Yeah.
what I've been reading the book. It's by Rick Warren. I don't. It's what I read somewhere here for Purpose Driven Life. 40 days of just studies of what God has us here for, and how do you find that, and what am I headed for? For me, it really hits home because, like I said, I'm about ready to change my career. So going through that and the different things that challenge me to allow God to open the doors that I need open, and to not try and make my own ways, to not go out and try and find my own. There's a lot of setting yourself up correctly, but also trusting Him that it's there. And then with the church service this morning, maybe scripture from Psalms 139 and verse 23 and 24 says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. See if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." And then I thought back to last night's devotional. It was talking about the different reasons for why God has you here on earth. And one of those was to prove trust. That God trusts us with certain things, the resources that we have, the jobs that we have, positions that we have in our life. And so for me, that really hits home, that God would search me and determine if I'm using those resources that he gave me correctly.
Hmm.
You know, am I proceeding in the correct? Am I doing this just because I want to get out of the military and be happy, or am I doing this because this is what he actually has for me?
Hmm.
So that challenges me and continues to challenge me every day, and I'm thankful that I found that book.
Yeah, it's amazing what comes up in just the right timing. You
Yeah.
know that God speaks to you through different books, people, the Word of God. We need to be people of the Word of God, man. That needs to be a rock, a centerpiece to our lives. And to be honest with you, man, sometimes I'm just like I'm just too busy to read it. And I don't know, just kind of if I wish I had a better respect for that or just realized more how important it is to build my life upon that, you know. But
It's true.
you know, I was
Don't realize it until it kind of sneaks up behind you and smacks you in the back of the head. You know what I mean? Like everything just kind of you. A lot of times we fall into just the way life rolls. You know, you get up, you go to work, you do your job, you come home, you spend time with your family, and you sit down, play some games, whatever, and you do it all over again. And all of a sudden, somebody says something or sends you something, and then it just hits you. It's like, wow, all this has been happening for a reason. Somebody's been saying this to me, or I've been doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
And just,
Clee in the house too. Clee Paranoid, how the heck you guys doing? Thanks for stopping by fashionably late, both of you guys. Oh man.
hello.
I was thinking about this. You ever notice? All right, so I was doing my Sunday school class and I was talking to people about reading the Bible and everything like that, and I was feeling guilty for not doing it, and some other people were not doing it too, and they said, well, I've been working too much to do it, and I'm like, oh, that's a crappy excuse. I'm always good at pointing out everybody else's excuse and how bad they are, and not really looking at my own. But I thought about this, and somebody brought it up in Sunday school. In the garden, in the beginning, as a result of that first sin, we had a relationship with God that was face to face. When that sin happened and broke the relationship, one of the results of that was we had to do things by the sweat of our brow, and work became something that kind of gets in the way of us returning to that relationship. It kind of stands in the way of that. And I just thought that was interesting. Just an interesting thing that I never really thought about, how, we want to have a relationship back with God, but there's some results of the fall. And how do we not let work get in the way of that? I don't know. Just something that was,
The balance.
Yeah, I was about to say just
We're always
balance.
challenged by the balance.
yep. Talk about balance and Creamy and playing video games and different games. I don't know if he's still in here. He probably left. But
They had a game to play.
yeah.
I don't know. All that COD, all that supply drop talk probably got him. He's probably
Yeah.
online buying some supply
Yeah.
drops right now.
Like I said in the chat, Douglas, we respect your choice. It's up to you. But yeah, I have no respect for Satan. I think Satan is a deceiver, a liar, and just wants to destroy you. So I never respect Satan, or I wish the best for you. I care about you way too much to say that I respect Satan or anything like that, man. There's nothing good about that guy. My 2 cents.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Any questions you guys got us in the chat for us? We would love to hear from you. I hope you feel welcome, though, Douglas, and to post your point of view. I don't want to squash that or anything like that, but I'm just not a fan. Anything else you guys want to talk about or anything?
I think we covered it.
I think we did, and we are trying to wrap these podcasts up in 1 hour, so we are getting ready to get off. You can give us some feedback on the podcast, what you like, what you didn't like. We'd love to hear that from you guys. Anything else before we wrap up, though? You guys want to say anything or anything? Now's your chance.
I'm good, man.
Yep.
We covered it all.
All right.
Another scripture to share, but I shared with
You got
Psalm 73, but
Do it.
it was kind of Olympics inspired, not expired.
Uh-huh.
Inspired, but it's 1 Corinthians 9:24. So do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone who is running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I preach to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. I think as you're looking at the Olympics, like all these people have been training, most of them for their whole life to maybe be an event that only lasts like a few seconds, and I think that's kind of what our life is. It's in the grand scheme of eternity, our life is pretty short, and the things that we do now are training for eternity. And so the way that, and this is one thing I've been thinking about, even though I was talking about my wife earlier about today, is like, if we're like casual in our Bible study, it's kind of like if we're in the Olympics, are we going to be the people that are just like, oh, I'll show up. I'm not going to train. I'm just going to show up. Like you're going to train and work hard and miss out on a lot of things that might be fun, but if you're looking at a thing that's important, like it says run in such a way to get the prize. Like not everybody wins, so even if it's not that there's a competition for your spot in heaven, but but it says you run in such a way, like if there is, like if there are only 3 people that are going to make it, you're going to be one of those 3. So that was one of the things I was reading earlier. That's
Yeah.
convicting.
It's nice.
Good. All right. Well, hey, thanks for everybody for stopping by. Ocho, thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for being on the show. Collapse, you as well, my friend. You can take that Manchester United shirt and go burn it for me, please. Worst Olympic event ever or sport is soccer. I don't know. Maybe not. I tell you what, I want to see badminton this year. That's like awesome. I take badminton over soccer. No.
Yeah.
Or table tennis.
Yes. Oh, that is amazing how they can even see that ball. But thanks, Taboo Lexicon, for being on the show. Thanks for everybody in the chat. You guys have been awesome rocking it. Appreciate nobody swearing or doing anything really crazy or anything like that. Well, pretty much. But thanks for being in the chat and being a part of the show. We do respect your choices. There's just some things that we don't respect that are the focus of your choices. There's a difference there. And so, but we love having you guys on the show. We hope you always feel welcome to put those differences out there. We want to talk about things. We want to be challenged by those things, and we don't mind you bringing them up. So hope you always feel welcome there. But thanks for everybody for being on the show. We really appreciate it. And as always, though, take care and God bless.